Prometheus had never been so betrayed than he had been by Tristian before. Why then did he choose to forgive him? Even Jhod, the admittedly evil undead who'd been raising people against their will, had been more honest than Tristian, who pretended to be pure and righteous and good. However, Tristian has been under a curse. If he had not been under this curse, then perhaps he never would have met Prometheus in the first place. He never would have done all the things that he had done, both good and evil. If he was to be treated the same way that he treated others, however, the way a Serenite would, he would be given a second chance. Prometheus felt that he had deserved that much. Hello and welcome back to Pathfinder Kingmaker, with me, McGammar. So, with that done, I've learned something, because I accidentally clicked on things in between episodes. If I click this button that I'm covering with my body down here, the one that's right below the kingdom management thing, you can look at your borders. I didn't know this was a thing. I like being able to see the borders, and your border has like a special golden glow to it, meanwhile the other borders have a little bit of a darker hue. So, I could go down here and deal with the dappled quagmire, and I could try to get a little bit more experience, and I could try to do more stuff, but I feel like I'm going to need to deal with stuff with my kingdom. I did not build an apiary in this region. So, I'm going to go back here, I'm going to start dealing with my kingdom stuff, maybe build that, and then maybe I'll go back down and start doing some adventuring. 20 hours to get back home.
My strength betrays me.
And we're back to home, so we're getting land defenders. We're still fatigued. Okay, there's an event. What popped up? What we got? What popped up? Oh, I can claim the Neuromarshes now. Great! Shame everybody's busy. Let's see. To Lost Dwarven Knowledge. This sounds really good. That sounds really good. We'll do that later. Find mention of Armag's tomb. I guess if we really need to find it, then this might be worth doing, but we're busy right now. We can't do that. Oh boy, more curses! Tristian's curse, and the defaced sister's curse. We kind of already know the details, but I guess research can't hurt. We do need to do more curse research, I guess. And we're doing it, so we might as well. We need to have a visitor at the castle, but we aren't done yet. So when do these things get done? 1 day. Okay, so I need to be ready for that. 2 days. 6 days, 5 days. Okay, 6 days. Okay, many, many days. So some event will have been done in 1 day. So it's good that I'm getting back to the capital. Okay. Alright, let's teleport. Back. Tusdale. Yeah, that's the name of the capital. Alright. Let's go see who's in the throne room. Rogues can do sneak attacks. Yes. Yes, they can. We're 100 episodes in. Of course we know that. We have 2 rogues in the party. Technically 3. Yeah, Valerie's a rogue, so that's 3. Technically 4 if I count Radigan. I've never used I used Radigan once. Alright, who's waiting for us? What we got? Show me who's here. Oh, you're imposing looking. A dismal silence hangs in the hall as a figure of a new visitor appears in the door. He's taller than anyone else present, and seems to be made of subtle folds in sharp angles, from his metal mask to his scarlet cape. And he literally reeks of evil. Cold, calculating, unrelenting. Greetings to the ruler of this land. An expressive male voice carries across the hall. The visitor bows politely.
I've come from far to discuss a matter of considerable importance, and I hope for a civilized conversation. Let me introduce myself. I'm called the Forefather, and I serve the illustrious Queen Mahadala. I am a devil.
Okay. What brings you here?
I came simply to pay my regards to a lawful ruler. It is my manner to conduct myself in this way.
The devil makes a few gestures and says something indistinguishable. Both he and you seem to be enclosed in an invisible ring. The outside world shines through dimly. The sounds are barely audible.
A modest precaution. Others should not hear what I have to say. I have news of someone you know, young Kynira and Kalika. One of them is in great danger, and they both share a single fate. They must have told you by now that the Soul Eater who killed Kynira. I should imagine that by disclosing their secret and true names to you, the poor children deprived Kynira of protection from this deadly foe. The Soul Eater has picked up her scent and will soon be here. You will need my help to deal with it.
What is your interest in Kynira and Kalika?
My interest in these lost children is special. I would even say familial. It's my blood that runs in their veins. A long, long time ago, I gave a night of passion to a young follower of Malatala's cult. Her soul has writhed in agony in the flames of hell for many ages, and yet I still feel a vague joy when I see the offspring of our alliance walking the sunlit lands of Kynira. I am their forefather, and not only by name.
Okay. What's so special about this Soul Eater? I've killed worse beasts before.
This Soul Eater is more ancient, and far stronger, and more evil than any other like it. It knows Kynira's name, and will follow her relentlessly. If you refuse my help, both you and the girls will have to remain on close guard day and night, waiting for it to appear, to attack. And believe me,
The devil seems to chuckle.
even so, you will not be prepared when it strikes.
What do you suggest?
I can lure the Soul Eater to appear at the right time and place. I even know a way to be rid of it once and for all, without any fuss. If you are willing, then come with Kalika to the Baron to the southern border of the Kamelands. It must be Kalika. We cannot risk her sister being found. We will meet there and resolve the matter once and for all.
Fine. I will come to the agreed place. The devil makes another half bow.
I enjoy dealing with reasonable and civilized mortals. So long.
Alright, so he'll use the door to come in, but he won't use the door to get out. Fine. Okay. Welp. You won't believe what just happened. A real devil came out of the see the Baron. No one knows what they talked about, but I sense a new adventure is brewing. We need to go with Kalika to the Barons near southern border of Kamelands. There we'll deal with a horrible Soul Eater. By the other way, who is Kalika? Right, because they all... right, she's still using that name. Alright. Let me go to my stuff. Let me put away, all these little notes I have. Get rid of all these. I guess I don't need the guest room key anymore. It's not like I stopped to rest. Take the spoon. Take the spoons back. Just get rid of the notes. I like keeping the notes. I'm keeping the shovel. I'm keeping the shovel, and, yeah, we get rid of that. Okay. Purple worm cut. I never cook. I don't really cook anymore. So we just put away all the food. All the things that look like food ingredients, we put them away. It's fun that the game does have cooking. I enjoyed their benefits early in the game, but I cannot afford to take the hour to get the buff. They're good buffs. They're good buffs, but I'm on time limits, and I often feel like I waste my time going back and forth and doing things I don't feel like I need to do. So, we're gonna get rid of all this stuff, so it's not weighing me down. I'm still gonna pick it up because I like having it. I don't know, I'm weird, aren't I? I know I'm weird. And you know what? We're all a little bit weird, because we're still here playing this game after so long. 100 episodes in. Wow. 100 hours of this. Maybe more. I know I thank you guys almost every episode, but you know what? It's still amazing to me that we're all still here, still doing this, still playing this game together. Alright, let's go to the square. And it seems like there's so much more of the game left, too. Like, we're pretty deep in. We're almost a king. Like, good job. We've achieved the name of the game. Kingmaker. We've made a king. What more do you want? All you have to do is handle this whole Armag business. I just need to find Armag, and I have research for that, so it's fine. We're gonna do it. And it's fine. But in order to find Armag, I think I need to get the research done. I might not need to, but I feel like if I do it, it'll be easier to find it. So I'm going to do the research. It's expensive. It takes a little bit of time. It's not that much time. So let's go see Tristian. Hi, Tristian.
How may I help you, Prometheus?
Oh, this Nerissa story. How did she capture you?
My overconfidence and my foolishness are to blame for that. Once I believed I deserved much more than Solar Flame Goddess assigned to me, and eventually I paid a price for it.
How did you get to Galarian?
I've been traveling amidst the worlds and there is something strange. How shall I describe it? It was like something had pierced time and matter, leaving a slight trace. I should have turned back and told my brethren about my discovery, but I was sure I'd be able to find a reason for the strange phenomenon by myself, so I decided to go for it alone. The trace led me to Galarian, and to the Temple of the Elk, and right into Nerissa's hands. She proved to be much stronger than I, and defeated me in a heartbeat. Before I had time to realize what was happening, she put me in this magic slumber, filled with nightmares and visions.
What did Nerissa do to make you serve her? Tristian hesitates.
She threatened to destroy my immortality, and deprive me of my divine powers once and for all. I didn't dare to confront her. It was in her power to kill me. And then I'd be go to Pharasma instead of my goddess.
Is that really so bad? That's the fate of everyone.
Yes! I was immortal. Of course, it all proved to be a lie. But you should understand, when I awoke from my slumber, I already was trapped in a mortal body, and this crazy fae bragged her power over me, and threatened me with eternal damnation.
You mentioned Nerissa sending a vision to Jhod?
Tristian touches his face. It is so. Her goal was to orchestrate our meeting, and she knew nothing better but to deceive a faithful servant of Rastal with the hope of forgiveness. Tricks and frauds are her specialty indeed. The magical fog was her doing as well. She wanted to have you go where she needed you. Wanted you to gain your trust, fill your mind with lies, set upon you to fight as Stag Lord. She fooled us all, playing our feelings and faith and duty, and I played my part in her heinous act.
So why didn't you tell me that you were who you were right away?
Nerissa demanded unconditional submission. I didn't dare to confront her, and put my divine sparkle at stake. A single step in the wrong direction, and Nerissa would destroy the very essence of me. She forbade me to uncover my true identity, and made me do what she wanted to do, to help her create the flower, to plant it. But she never forbade me to help you fight the bloom. And this is a weak excuse, but I did all I could to make sure my deeds wouldn't do as much harm as she expected.
Do you know what she's looking for? Why does she make all these plots and schemes?
Alas, no. Nerissa trusts no one. She is reluctant to share with her plans, even with her sisters. You have to expose her plots and schemes by yourself.
Alright, fair enough. Enough about that.
Indeed. I would wish to leave it all behind, once and for all.
So what happened to you calling yourself the Chosen of Sarenrae? Tristian lowers his head.
This was yet another lie I was forced to tell you. It was Nerissa who protected me from harm, unwilling to lose her agent, her Skylark. I am so sorry.
I should go. Tristian bows his head.
A pleasure.
How about you, Jhod?
How may I serve you, your grace?
Have I never spoken to you this entire game? What services do you offer?
I can sell you various divine spell scrolls. They're quite useful, even if you don't have anyone in your party who can read them. While you're in the settlement, or indeed any place with a cleric willing to help you, you need only open your bag and choose the scroll you wish to cast. I'll be happy to read it for you. However, take care out there in the wilderness. A scroll is useless without someone to read it. To use that scroll in your journeys, you'll need a spellcaster in magic training to cover such spells, or someone skilled in magical devices.
Tell me about yourself, Jhod.
What exactly would you like to know?
Tell me of your past.
My story? Why not? You deserve to know it. I am a priest of Erastil, and Galt is my homeland. You can imagine what it's like following the teachings of the stag god in a realm torn by discord and strife. Rebellion and suspicion are the pillars of Galt. Led by Erastil, I tried to guide my flock to embrace tranquility and balance and guard them from hasty judgment, until I fell from grace myself. Foolish, foolish old Jhod. My misdeeds cast a shadow over my life and service. In search of redemption and a balm for my soul, I took to the road. I had come nearly to despair when Erastil sent me a vision of the Temple of the Elk. I knew that very moment that the stag god had shown me the way to redemption.
What did you do to anger Erastil?
Well, if you truly wish to know, I'll have to start from a long time back. Werewolves preyed upon the lands around my village. They murdered people for fun or sport and left the corpses to rot on the roads. One night, they broke into a young woman's house and dragged her into the streets. One evening, a traveler came to our tavern, tattered and dirty from days on the road like so many others roaming Galt. He sat quietly in the corner of the tavern, drinking cheap ale, and in an instant, I knew he was a werewolf. I felt it in my soul. It was like Erastil himself had whispered it into my ear.
Jhod smiles, but his eyes are as dead as stones.
Led by Providence, I left to gather my flock, and we surrounded the tavern. The retribution was swift. However, I was tragically mistaken. The young man was no werewolf. He was a bandit, sent to spy on the village by one of the local gangs. We only found out after, when we went through his things.
You should have stayed your hand to discover the truth before you acted. I mean, there are many ways to test whether someone is a werewolf or not, right? Other than just killing them?
Indeed. I remind myself of this every day when I awaken, and again when I go to sleep. I, who admonished my fellow citizens for the chaos they spread and the transgressions they made. But then I, myself...
He frowns.
Whatever the case, I knew Erastil was no longer pleased with me. It was terrifying.
Jhod's voice wavers. Even now, one can glimpse inside him the remnants of the horror he lived through.
And so I left and traveled far, seeking myself, and a way back into the favor of the stag god. And thus I found you, your grace, and thus Erastil has returned to me. For that blessing, I shall be forever grateful to you.
What can you tell me about your homeland, Galt?
For some, it is a land of freedom, where power belongs to the people, not to lords or kings. For others, it's a land of never-ending revolution, a realm surrendered to anarchy. It depends on who you ask. For me, I found Galt a violent place. Crowds eager to lynch a stranger for that accent or appearance, where a single word uttered at the wrong time or place can spark the people to riot and cities to burn. For me, it is a place inhabited by the frightened and the desperate, always suspicious, watchful of trickery. All too often they are deaf to the voice of reason. They cannot grasp that chaos and lawlessness lead only to yet more chaos and lawlessness. All my life I've tried to break through to these poor people, but alas, I don't seem to have made much progress.
Jhod is visibly upset and grows silent for a while. That's enough for now.
As you wish.
Tell me about Erastil.
Of course. It would be my pleasure. Erastil is one of the eldest gods of Golarion. His faith emerged when the first people appeared upon the land. Erastil helped our ancestors cultivate the land and hunt. Even now, his blessing lies with those who uphold the old traditions and keep to simpler ways, far from civilization and the noise of the city.
Wait a moment. Cities have their strengths as well, don't they? Civilizations foster science, trade, and invention. And that often improves the life for us, all of us.
Tell that to the peasant robbed of all he owns, spending his night in the gutter, hoping to live to see the sunrise. You won't see such things in a village.
Jhod mournfully shakes his head. Well, you do have a point. Indeed, cities can be places of evil and wrongdoing.
I'm glad to hear you agree. These days, many are deaf to the wisdom of generations.
I'm still gonna be growing my town, but I do see your point. What does Erastil demand of his faithful?
The word demand does not befit the stag god. Honesty and friendship, loving families, merry weddings, and newborn children in their mother's arms, they bring a smile to Erastil's face. He loves his people and rewards them with fortunate hunts and plentiful harvests. But he has no temper for sloth and vanity. He never bestows gifts upon his faithful without first measuring their worthiness. We ourselves must win our daily bread, but the stag god comes to our aid in times of need and strife.
Alright, so as long as you can make your own food, he'll try to make sure that you stay safe? That's what I'm getting out of this? Okay. I always have respect for Erastil and his priests.
I see it more clearly every day. Erastil himself led me to meet you. Your keen spirit will serve you well.
To each their own. I wanted to ask about something else.
I am happy to help.
It's hard to tell you this, but that vision that led you to the Stolen Lands...
Was merely the trick of some wicked fae from the First World. Tristian told me already, Your Grace, looking like a beaten puppy all the while. I cannot say that this late confession brought me much solace.
For a second, Jhod knits his brow and then sighs and shakes his head.
Damn it all! So what if Erastil didn't lead me here? I didn't do all this traveling for naught. And yes, I forgave Tristian, have no doubt of that. Last thing I need is to bear a grudge against that dunce.
He looks straight at you while saying this. What role won't you play in my government?
Your Grace, if there's one thing I know, it is matters of faith, whether it is my own god or some other deity. If you appoint me as High Priest, I'd be able to do much good. On the other hand, politics or questions of trade, I know little of such things.
I need the help of Claire. Alright, so he's another shop, so I can buy scrolls from him as well as the other cleric that's in town. It's good that they have a little bit of redundancy, so if one shop doesn't have what you need, you can get it at the other shop, or if something were to happen, like say he dies earlier in the game, then this would be a thing. So I can buy scrolls to heal mass, and these might be really, really useful. Really, really, really useful. Any and all of the following conditions. Ability damage. Blinded. Confused. Dazed. Dazzled. Diseased. Exhausted. Fatigued. Nauseated. Poisoned. Sickened. And stunned. Wow, these are really good. Maybe I should buy a few. They are somewhat expensive, but you know what? I think it's worth it. Let's buy like 10. I said 10. Alright, the game won't let me... Okay, there we go. Yeah, we're getting this. And you know what? We'll get rid of all this junk. I think that's a worthwhile trade. That's worth having a couple of scrolls of heal mass on hand. So we talked to Tristian, we talked to him. I don't think the Sweet Teeth are done yet. So I don't think I should talk to them. I don't think I should talk to Kalika and Khaenri'ah until the Sweet Teeth are done with their thing. Because I feel like that's going to interrupt and interact with it and make it so I fail the one. So when do these guys get back? No idea. It says wait. How distinct. Thank you. Okay, so I still have to take her to the Six Bears camp, and I still have to take you there, and I still have to get Nok-Nok stuff done. So we're waiting. We're waiting.
That is not far.
Right, one more thing while we're in town. We got Tristian back. Tristian can level up. You better believe we're going to get another level of Mystic Theurge. We're going to raise the skills that he's good at. We're going to give him... I think this is a spell penetration level. Yeah. Yeah, we just keep on running into stuff like that. And you know what? We're going to take Fire Snake this level. Which means that we're going to make Fire Snake real good. And if we're going to have Fire Snake, we're going to get Fire Snake. It's like Fireball, but in a line. And now that that's done, I think I have to prepare new spells for you. Yes, yes, I do. So, what I do is I give you... I could give you Grace, so you wouldn't need that. No, I think it's better that we give you... Hold on. Resist Energy 1. No, get that out of here. You know what? Yeah, let's give you a couple Graces. Alright, so on this tier, I think having a second delay poison would be really good. Because apparently, I'm running into more things that do it, and I still haven't done the research that makes me immune to poison, just, like, permanently. Let's get a second Death Ward. And Flame Strike seems good. What do we put in this other slot here, though? Spell Resistance. That seems incredibly useful. No. We keep running into Fae that have lots of concealment. I should probably get more True Seeing on. I think that's just better. I think that's just better for me. Alright, so you're done with that. I'm going to check out your character sheet. I could have swore it said something about, like, when he became blind when he broke the eye or something like that. Huh. Maybe his eyes got better.
As it should be.
Okay. So we got Tristian back. We got everybody in the party. Everybody's still really hurt. Everybody's still really tired. I could take this opportunity to rest. I should probably take this opportunity to rest. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to quick save before I rest. And then we'll rest. This might help me with my ability damage. Gotta wait for the game to be done saving before I'm allowed. Come on, game. Oh, there's a lot of data to save, I guess. Okay, now I can rest. That'll give Harem all of his spells back. That'll give Prometheus all of his spells back. Some of my ability drain will be gone. Not all. And I think that Osprey thing will be done. Which is why I wanted to save before I did it. I'm pretty sure that, like, we've been at that Osprey quest for, like, what, 30 days, 20 days? A long time. It would be a terrible shame if I were to fail that. Okay, so we saw the visitor. There has to only be a few hours left on this. Well, it looks like resting didn't use up enough time. But you know what will use up enough time is if I go and try and take care of Nok-Nok or Amiri's thing. So we're not going to change the party. We'll keep on. Use who we got. We'll use who we got. I do think I am going to take the Hand of Magastan, and we're going to stick that on Harem as long as he's in my party. And that way, if I use that scroll of heal, I might get it back. Might. Non-zero possibility. Where did it go? There it is. I haven't really used the Hand of Magastan. I think it's gave me one, like, Scorching Ray scroll. Which was useful. Admittedly, it was very useful. But right now, we're just waiting. We're just waiting. We need events and time to happen. So let's get some companion quests done. Let's see some bumps on the map. Let's just get things done in an area. Earn a little bit of experience and use the time effectively. So, Nok-Nok's thing was up at Oleg's trading post. Oleg's is a day away. Is it faster to get to Oleg's from Trade Guard? Let's teleport up to Trade Guard first. $18 hours. That's a little bit faster. Let's do that. And... yay, we got it done! The Warden managed to hunt down the mysterious hero and drive him from the barony. The merchants are embracing the advisor as a true protector of the law. Wonderful! Minister demands your attention. Okay, so I'll have to deal with him soon. Not yet. So... I was just at the capital. If he wanted to talk to me really badly, he would have dealt with me while I was there. Okay, so I could have to deal with Varnholt's militia. I have to deal with the lost writing. Find mention of the tomb. Are we upgrading the capital right now? I could have him claim this. That does seem kind of important. But I think I have to be there for that. Oh yeah, Valerie's working on that. 5 days. 5 days and then we can upgrade. That's great. That's great. So I could have work on the militia, or I could... Alright, it needs me there for that. And that's also a little bit expensive. Okay, we'll work on the militia. That's also a little bit expensive, but not that much. Just pour more money into the treasury. Yeah, it's 20 days. We have things we gotta do. It's fine. Armag's tomb. 27 days. Alright. So we have 27 days before we'll realistically be able to find the tomb. I'm sure it's possible. I'm sure it's possible, but I think I failed a roll. So once I get that research done, I'll be back to the main story. In the meantime, more kingdom management, more bumps on the map. Gotta get things done while I got time to get things done. The ancient curse isn't gonna be a problem right now, so we're doing what we can. Alright, so we're at Oleg's. It just auto-saved when we came in. We have... Okay. Yep, that's still not been fixed in years. Oleg, get on it. Okay, what we got here? Goblin, long legs, goblin, 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 goblin. Okay, yeah, I see Oleg's problem. Let's talk to Longlegs. You stumble across an ugly scene. A ragged pile of goblins. They're hiccuping violently, laughing, then hiccup again. The air is so thick with alcohol fumes, flies lie dead in the dirt, and an odd vinegar smell to it. It appears that the goblins have gotten into Oleg's stock, and drank deep of its contents. Barrels lie in splinters across the area, not a single one intact. Nok-Nok surveys the goblin pile, then glances at you with a shrug.
No problem here. Normal day for tribe. Would be worse if holiday.
Huh. Oh, I'd love a festival like that. I think these guys wouldn't even mind if I tried their friends a little.
Oh, fried. Fried their friends, I see. Well, I mean, you do you, Ragongar. Is this your tribe? Nok-Nok sniffs.
Yes.
He sniffs again, and then you suddenly become more aware of the vinegar smell.
It marked this as their home. It'll be hard to make them leave this home, though.
He glances around in disapproval.
They're much smaller than the capital, so the capital would have more room for them. Not have to lie in a pile. Could be lying down drunk everywhere.
He turns to one of the group and entwines in a mask.
You, Ruddy Longlegs, why did you stop running? Why make home here?
The goblin lifts his head slightly, his tiny eyes blearily red. His legs are indeed long, and folded back, almost like a grasshopper.
Cap, getting chased. No place to settle down. They're hungry and caught. There's a here and now.
Caught? By who?
Big Shanks, bigger than you.
Longlegs blinks, and then scratches the side of his head with his foot.
Fatter, smell better. Big club. Was eating sheep. We tried to share his sheep with us and taking one, a small one. And we might in the night while he snore. Well, he not ask first, so he got mad. After eating half of us, he gets so full he ready to trade. He say we find him something to wash off other goblins down with because they're still squirming in his gut. He lets go. We knew a place here at post, but had to sample kegs to be sure.
Make them leave or I'll do it myself.
Listen, Nok-Nok big hero. You do what Nok-Nok say, but...
Nok-Nok frowns, his ear twitching.
Tell me where Big Shanks now. Where do you expect you back? Did Big Shanks follow you?
Oh. At that moment, there is another waft of foul air, and a shadow falls on the ground. All the goblins in the pile lift their heads at their new arrival. A towering hill giant with mismatched coveralls, a necklace of hands and skulls, and a makeshift club composed of several timbers tied together with a rope. He looks very, very angry. Not just with the pile of goblins, but with the splintered empty barrels.
Ahem!
Longlegs says unhelpfully. We could try to be diplomatic. We could be lawful about it and demand that they leave. We could just fight it. I do want to get lawful points. You're trespassing by the law of this land, giant. Leave now. The hill giant turns to you as you challenge, and points at himself and gives a rumbling growl akin to and then turns to the goblins, his hand clenching on his club, and he gnaws and growls grow louder. He points at the goblins and points at his belly. The intent clear. The goblins do not respond, not even Longlegs. Their eyes remain wide, frozen. Suddenly, Longlegs makes a high-pitched squeak and points at Nok-Nok.
He our leader. He a hero. He make us strike everything we promised. Also, he make us eat your sheep. Eat him and ugly friend.
The hill giant snarls, lifts his club, and then turns to you and Nok-Nok, and thrusts out his chin, pounding his chest and giving a thundering series of grunts that sound like a challenge. Nok-Nok blinks.
He, Munguk says, not in the mood to share. He says the half-shanks are, their guts is to eat.
You can understand him?
I can.
Nok-Nok seems embarrassed.
Got caught by hill giants once. Kept as toy for their kid, until ran away.
Wow, you're very smart if you can learn a language just by being a captive for I don't know how long that was. Well, do something about it. Nok-Nok hesitates for a moment, then presents an open palm, then taps it with a finger. You suddenly realize what he just did seems to be the goblinoid version of trade. You think he's asking what Munguk want, but not about food, but currency, something of value. To your surprise, Munguk looks sad. His eyebrows collapse and he gives a low grunt. The anger seems to have cooled down and it makes a rumble, staring off into space with a half-lidded gaze. He does seem drunk, merely. Sad. Doesn't seem drunk, even. He gives a grumble, then a sigh, then a low, exhaling rumble. Nok-Nok nods, listening to and then translates, you think.
Munguk not happy. He not hungry, just lonely. Says, came here looking for a mate to be happy.
Nok-Nok wrinkles his face in disgust and shivers. Still, he keeps going.
But when he comes, no wife. Goblins take his favorite half-sheep entrails, drink liquors they send him for, and he have nothing.
Huh. I could offer Amiri. I'm not doing that. A wife? Really?
Sad for him.
Nok-Nok gives a shiver and a nod, then a pauses.
Cutting off legs be better than finding mate.
Can you tell him to look elsewhere for a wife? Nok-Nok shrugs, then emits a series of what passes for rumbles, then makes a slow sack-shaped gesture in the air, then points to the gate in the fort. Munguk shakes his head, slowly, and sighs again, giving low grumbles in his belly. Nok-Nok shakes his head.
No, he said he looks everywhere.
Alright. Well, I don't want to lose the lawful point I just got. I guess we fight him. Enough of this. Let's kill the beast. Munguk gives a roar as you draw your weapons. You've got an angry giant on your hands. Welp. We get to go first. Let's go, cat. Wow, this guy's nothing.
This should do it.
This guy's really genuinely nothing. Rocks. The goblins seem ready to bolt. You catch Longblade slowly uncurling himself from the pile, apparently ready to run. You do notice a number of goblins are looking at Nok-Nok with a strange fascination. Dealing with a giant must have impressed them. Let's see. Nok-Nok, please deal with your tribe. Nok-Nok steps forward and gives a series of cracking hisses to get attention, and all the goblins stare at him. After their eyes are on him, Nok-Nok, his eyes narrowed, goes to each one of them and in turn raps them twice on the head. Hard. They wince, but say nothing, except for one feeble groan from a goblin more sober than the rest.
Make deal with all of you. You need to go bigger place, or I hit you again. I show you.
The goblins stare blankly at this, and Nok-Nok sighs.
Me big hero. Follow me. Take you to new place.
The goblins nod and begin to untangle themselves, but they are doing what Nok-Nok says, some of them rubbing their heads. Nok-Nok turns back to you.
Big hero Nok-Nok take care of them. All good.
Where are you taking them? Nok-Nok pauses, as if he's forgotten what happened a few moments ago, and you realize he has.
Capital big enough? Yes, capital.
Before he can stop him, he turns to the goblins.
All you, go to capital. Nok-Nok command you, go!
The end of your barony draws closer, much closer.
More going cuties? Nice.
Oh, you should stop yelling at Nok-Nok. Can't you see how hard he's trying to be as a good advisor? To your horror, the goblins scamper away, running in all directions, but toward the direction of your capital city. Oh my. I think I made the problem worse. Well, it looks like, well, I can't even go in and talk to the proprietor.
All according to plan.
Oleg's boarded himself up to be safe from the goblins. Understandably so. Right, we have access to our stash here, technically. Nok-Nok. I didn't want to have goblins at the capital, but here we are. You know what? It'll be fine. If we can give them an education, we can reform them. We can make them meaningful, contributing members of society. We can change the fate of goblins forever. This can be a stepping stone. This is the right thing to do, right? This is the right thing to do, right? I don't think it's the right thing to do. I think we're in trouble.
Hungry. When we stop.
Oh, another thing's done for the kingdom management. Good. Well done, Radigan. With the power of the crisis coins, you're now done. You're fired. Tristian, get back in there. Yes. Okay. Now we have bonuses to that again. That is wonderful. We can handle nature's rage. Or yeah. Well, I guess we handle nature's rage. We don't want to have problems. This will take a long time. You know what? Let's spend a coin on it. 100%. I think we failed this a few times. Let's not fail it this time. We have so many crisis coins. Let's use one. And we're all tired and exhausted. It's terrible. Alright, where am I going? I wanted to get more bumps on the map. So I was down here previously, but I wanted to go back to the capital to get Tristian done. You know what? We're over here. We're going to go see the Six Bears camp. We'll do that. Can I cross this way? That's a country road. You know what? We might as well do country road 2 while we're here. Yeah, it's right here. I could rest. And I do need to spend something in the neighborhood of 20 days. And I did handle all the critical things that were necessary for me to handle in the kingdom. I don't feel like I really accomplished a lot in that day. I killed a giant. Is that good enough? Yeah, we'll see.
I'm hungry. When we stop.
Okay, so we'll rest right... If the map will let us. We'll rest here. I know I just bought the heal scrolls, but you know what? We're fine. We're fine. I don't know why it keeps moving everybody off of doing this stuff. But we're gonna do it like this. Wait, am I better at them? Yeah, this is better. Okay. We're using rations. We have a lot.
Amiri, I heard that barbarian women can exhaust even the strongest man in bed.
Strong man? Easy. But you, Greenhorn? You wouldn't last 5 minutes.
So Ragongar only thinks about one thing, and Amiri only thinks about one thing. And when those two things meet, apparently they're just going to have a fight. The context of that fight, that's up to them in the moment.
It's important, but I'd like to ask you something.
Kalika approaches you silently, raises her hand to capture your attention, but then stumbles in hesitation. Of course, what would you like to know?
It's nothing specific. I just wanted to chat. Oh, I better just start from the beginning. You see, most of my life, I used to think my sister and I were special. The kind they write about in books. Sometimes I imagined we were characters in a fairy tale with a happy ending, and at other times I imagined it was a tragedy about proud and downtrodden souls. All the bad things that happened to us as we fled Kadira, they only strengthened these silly thoughts. It's hard to stop imagining things about yourself when the herald of a god answers your call. But then I met you. You know, now I really see what it means to be an outstanding person. You can change the world around you. Thanks to you, an entire country has appeared from nothing. Just think of it. In 10 years, there will be children saying, I come from the stolen lands. Forgive me for babbling on, but I really want to understand. Who are you? What drives you? I know you're no stranger to kindness and honor, but still I'm amazed that you would show such kindness to me, a tiefling, a rootless outlander. And not only to me, but also to those who I hold dear, even though we've brought you so much trouble.
I am loyal to my companions.
Of course. Well, I guess I found out what I wanted. Forgive me for bothering you, and thank you for your honesty.
Weird. I feel like that might be a part of some kind of romance line. But, no. No, we're not like that.
I am ready.
Also, let's switch. Okay, now we have her again. Alright, what's on this map? Boxes with loads of jewelry. Wolves got to this poor horse. Hard and stick hard as it was. Ah. More jewelry. More jewelry. Okay, that's a golem. Skillfully crafted stone golem. Okay, let's get a better angle on this. It's only a stone golem. It's not like it's made out of mithril or adamantine or anything like that. So, we'll start this the same way that we start almost every fight. Charge up a great big rock. A great big rock. Like so.
Who will prevail?
It's not dead, and it's not tripped,
A calculated
but that
risk.
was half of its health. And now for the pounce. Okay, the damage reduction is rather fierce. Alright, get in position. And you get in position. I could try to rattle the bones, but it's a golem, so I can't inspect it. I think it's going to be immune to magic. So let's just, Alright, you can get as close as you can. Okay, I don't think my arrows are going to do a lot. But I also don't think I need to use any resources. Because we're just going to blast it with another great big rock. Or miss. We rolled a 1, that happens. As soon as Nok-Nok gets a turn, this thing's done. Never mind. Okay, so what we got here? Marksman's headset. +5 bonus on perception skill checks, and when they use the deadly aim feat, it provides an additional +2 bonus to attack rolls. Unfortunately, nobody in the party right now has a deadly aim feat. I think the only person who would use that would be Ikundayo. So, that's a shame. We also have an unsent letter. My darling, I'm writing this while taking a rest at Glenbin Wilderness. Don't be surprised, but I finally decided to get out of attacks. I'll miss a magical potion dear Karin's virile cells, but that's fine. I brought a supply of it with me. It'll come in handy when we celebrate our reunion. As for our homeland, things are getting worse and worse. Irabedi's appetites grow, the guards are fighting with the Thieves Guild, the old trade houses keep making new schemes, and even the Academy of Arts has been said to have some new free thinkers appearing from time to time. I'm sure that pot will boil over sooner or later, and I prefer not to be there when it does. I also look forward to seeing you. In the meantime, the letter cuts off here. Ah, that's unfortunate. I wonder what got him. I don't think it was the golem. I think the golem might have been their personal guard, which might be why they were standing their guard over the body. I don't know if it was bandits, because then the guard would have got there, like there would have been bandit corpses nearby, right? Wolves definitely got the horse, because the horse was stuck. Huh, not sure. Maybe the golem also could have malfunctioned? Weird. Alright, I am going to check out every corner of this map, though. Because you never know. I could have came here a lot earlier. I could have got that item a lot earlier. It's a neat item. It would have been great on Ekin. Help punch through damage reduction even harder. Why not? Okay, next up, Six Bears Camp. How am I gonna get there? Like so? Yeah, okay. Alright, Amiri. I know you don't like these guys, but you like one of them, and we were invited to come here, and so we're going to do it. We're coming here with Amiri. Getting all these companion quests all wrapped up nice and tidy while we got plenty of time. Yep, this sure looks like a barbarian camp. Lots of hide huts, lots of wagons.
In due time.
And it has barbarians. As you approach the Six Bears campsite, you hear some rising noise and rumbling. Gathered outside the tents, the men of the tribe are having a heated discussion over something. One of them, a huge gray-haired man with a scar on his face, shouts,
Brothers, this cannot go on. We need a new chieftain, or this tribe is no more. Akaya has lost his instincts. He led us into a trap. We almost got killed in the war with Bravoy. All of us. Damn it, the only reason he still breathes is Kinslayer was too weak to finish him off. Away with the old fool.
Grinding his rotten teeth, Akaya tears a heavy necklace away from his neck and throws it into dust.
Take it. May y'all choke on it. Let's see how strong you manage without old Akaya. So who's gonna be a new chieftain? Maybe you?
Me? Oh no, the chieftain must know more what's threatening to the tribe. Be able to defend it. If it were home, it would fight for power, but not here. In the southern lands, we need a different kind of chief. I say Nok-Nok.
There's grumbling in the crowd, but the barbarian continues, shouting over it.
Think! Who led us through Numeria? Was it Akaya? No, it was Nok-Nok. Who negotiated with the local tribes who a it and beats his chest? Nok-Nok. Who was the only one who saw the danger of Armagh and the sisters? Nok-Nok. Of course, a woman has never ever been leader of the Six Bears before, just like Six Bears has never left our homeland before. But if we want to survive, we must change. Nok-Nok! Nok-Nok! Nok-Nok!
One by one, the barbarians stop arguing and join the chant. Soon the whole tribe is shouting Nok-Nok's name. The girl steps from the crowd. Her face is confused, but glancing above the men's heads, she sees Amiri's encouraging smile and nods. One of the barbarians puts a necklace of fangs around her neck, once worn by Akaya.
Brothers, I accept this honor. I swear that I will lead and protect the tribe, like every chieftain since the time of the Bear's ancestors. I will find a way to save us from the ghost that haunts us, and it will find a place for us in these strange southern lands. Get packed. We return to Numeria.
The barbarians disperse and start to pack their tents. Nok approaches and hugs Amiri.
So, this is how it all turns out. Still, I cannot believe it. I never wanted to be a leader, but you should be the chief.
Amiri shakes her head.
There'll never be no place to Six Bears for me. We can do it without me, sis.
Congratulations, Nok.
Thanks. It seems that everything in the world will change someday.
Where would you lead your tribe now?
To Starfall. The evil spirit who haunts us is not that powerful. He doesn't dare attack near big settlements.
A fine place for fugitives. Main thing, though, don't trust anyone there. If anyone from the Technic League comes up to you, don't even listen to what they have to say. Just punch them in the face.
Alright, honestly, that sounds like good advice. Why don't you stay in my lands?
Thank you, but there's no place for us here. These forests, swamps, rivers, strange and unfamiliar people. The Six Bears want to be with our kin, the Kellids.
Alright, fair enough. Amiri, maybe now you can return to your tribe?
No. You hear what they said? I'm Pariah, Kinslayer. This cannot be changed. Even a chieftain's order will not make them forget what I did.
Alright, fair enough. We're not gonna give you guys money. Farewell, Nok-Nok. Have a safe journey. Nok bows to you, hugs Amiri farewell, and leads her tribe away. And we're kicked out of the map! I really hope there wasn't anything to loot there. But that's another quest done? Feels strange. Well, what else can I do? Alright, so we went to the Serpent Trail, went to the Charred Ruins, went to the Mysterious Shrine. There is that other Mysterious Shrine over here that I didn't go to. You know what? Maybe we'll do that next time. Maybe we'll do that next time. We have plenty of time. We have a lot of time to do stuff. So, thank you all for watching episode 100. Wow. And yet, it doesn't seem like I'm anywhere near done with this game, so this might just be my longest series on the channel yet. Dating the video if there's ever anything longer, but you know. Once again, thank you all so much for joining, and continuing to join me on this journey. If you've been here this long, you're gonna be here till the end, right? We'll get there together, eventually. Later, Pathfinders!